Brigid, Summa Viking devotee of Saint Brigid. Here is a detailed historical timeline of events relating to the Archdiocese of Nidaros during Somhairle's life, presented from two contrasting viewpoints, that of Somhairle, the powerful Norse Gaelic lord of a devotee of Saint Brigid in the Hebrides. Timeline from a devotee of Saint Brigid's point of view, mid-12th century. For the everyday person in the Hebrides, perhaps a farmer or a craftswoman devoted to the ancient Celtic Saint Brigid, life was guided by local customs and traditional monastic centers like Iona, with little direct interaction with distant Nidaros. c. 1113, Somhairle is born. The traditional local church, with its roots in the time of Saint Columba and Saint Brigid, continues in the Isles. Devotion to Street Brigid is strong, linked to healing, livestock, and home protection, often intertwining with older seasonal festivals like Imbolc. Pre-1152, our spiritual world is focused on Iona Abbey and local holy wells. News of distant church politics is rare, and authority is largely traditional and local. 1152, a distant papal legate, Nicholas Breakspere, establishes a new, powerful archbishopric far away in Nidaros, Trondheim, in Norway. We hear talk of the church in the Isles now being subject to this far-off place, a change in formal structure that feels more about Norwegian power than our daily faith. The Bishop of Sodor, based on the Isle of Man, is now answerable to the Archbishop of Nidaros. Mid-1150s, Somhairle rises to prominence, challenging the King of the Isles. This brings instability and conflict. We pray to Saint Brigid for protection from fire and harm during these tumultuous times. 1160, Lord Somhairle begins building a new Cistercian abbey at Saddle on the Kintyre Peninsula. This is a new order of monks, from the continent, different from the Columban traditions. It suggests change is coming, bringing reformed, universal church practices to our doorstep. 1164, Somhairle is killed in battle at Renfrew while invading mainland Scotland. There is debate among the people about where he should be buried, some say Iona, others the new abbey he started. His death means continued uncertainty and the division of the kingdom among his sons. The formal link to Nidaros remains in place, a distant framework over our local, lived faith. Timeline from Somhairle's point of view, c. 1113-1164. Somhairle, a shrewd political and military leader of mixed Norse and Gaelic ancestry, saw the church as both a spiritual obligation and a tool for consolidating power and asserting autonomy from both the King of Norway and the King of Scotland. c. 1113, I am born into a world where the King of Norway nominally controls the Isles, and the church structure here, Diocese of Sodor, answers to the Norwegian Archbishop in Lund, Denmark. My focus is on rebuilding Argyll and challenging the status quo. 1152, the Pope's representative creates the Archdiocese of Nidaros in Norway, a new metropolitan see. Ecclesiastically, my future domain falls under this northern authority. This strengthens the formal Norwegian claim to influence in the Isles, a political reality I must navigate. 1156-1158, I defeat my tyrannical brother-in-law, Gardred, King of the Isles, and seize control of the southern Hebrides. I am now King of the Isles and need to establish my own legitimacy and authority, including ecclesiastical patronage. 1160, I begin the foundation of a Cistercian abbey at Saddle. This is a strategic move. It shows my piety and engagement with the Reformed, continental Christianity popular at the time. It creates a new religious center loyal to me and my family, potentially balancing the influence of the established bishopric of Sodor, on the Isle of Man, that is tied to Nidaros/Norway. The Cistercians came from Ireland, Mellifont, suggesting a link to Gaelic, rather than purely Norwegian, religious networks. 1164, I attempt to move the Columban monastic leadership back to Iona, the ancient heart of Celtic Christianity. This may indicate a preference for older traditions or a move to further centralize religious authority within my own inner circle, away from the Cistercians and certainly the distant Nidaros Archdiocese. 1164, I lead a large fleet to Renfrew on the Scottish mainland. I am killed in battle. My efforts to create a fully independent kingdom die with me for a time, But my foundation at Saddle and the religious landscape I shaped, though formerly under Nidaros' shadow, lay the groundwork for the future clan Donald lordship of the Isles.